How to care for Sisterlocks. Sisterlocks are a very versatile and low-maintenance style, but if you don't follow a few basic hair care principles, the locks can become brittle, thin, and broken. Keep the hair clean and moisturized while avoiding things that can cause unnecessary tension. Retighten your locks as needed to keep them looking neat and orderly. Part 1 Initial Washing Routine. 1. Loosely tie the locks back when washing. During your first few washings, you should loosely braid your locks and tie them back with small rubber bands meant for hair care use. Loosely braiding your locks can prevent them from thinning out when you wash them. Keep the braids loose, though, since tight braids can cause breakage. 2. Wash gently. Use a gentle moisturizing shampoo to wash the Sisterlocks, paying special attention to the hair at the roots. If your hair is particularly dry or damaged, you may want to skip the shampoo and use a conditioner instead. Opt for a standard conditioner instead of a deep moisturizing one to prevent the locks from getting too slimy or slippery. Another option is to use shampoo during one wash session and conditioner during the next. 3. Shake them out. When the washing stage is done, remove the rubber bands holding your hair in place and give the locks a vigorous shake. Use your fingers to separate any braids or twisted Sisterlocks. Allow the Sisterlocks to air dry. Do not use a hairdryer. 4. Space out the washings. Avoid washing the Sisterlocks too frequently, especially while they are still locking into place. You can wash them using this routine every 2 weeks or so. Do not wash them more frequently than that. Washing the locks too frequently can hinder the locking process. It may take longer for your locks to set, and as a result, they may thin out unevenly. 5. Wait for the Sisterlocks to mature. You will need to follow this routine until the Sisterlocks fully mature and lock into place. Once they reach maturity, they should be slightly more durable and less prone to breakage. The exact amount of time you need to wait before your locks reach maturity can vary, but usually, this process takes 6 months or more. Your Sisterlocks are mature when the locks are airtight and arranged in a tight, even system. They should feel and look solid from root to tip. Your consultant, trainee, or stylist should be able to tell you when your locks are mature if you have any doubts. Part 2 Daily Maintenance. 1. Mist the locks with water. Your Sisterlocks may seem dry or out of shape in the morning, but you can fix that by gently spraying them with a little water. Avoid using styling products or moisturizers that make the locks slippery. 2. Regularly apply oil to the scalp. When your scalp starts drying out, you should apply a little hair oil directly to the skin of your scalp to moisturize it again. Apply the oil directly to the scalp and not to the locks. If applied to your hair, the oil can cause the locks to become too slippery. The best oils to use for your hair can vary based on the quality and texture of your hair. If in doubt, you can try a commercial hair oil from a trusted brand. Many women simply use standard oils, however, like jojoba oil. 3. Wash the Sisterlocks gently. After your locks mature, you can usually wash them with a gentle shampoo every 7 to 10 days. Select a shampoo that moisturizes as it washes and avoid clarifying shampoos. Note that mature locks do not need to be tied back while you wash them. Avoid washing your Sisterlocks any more frequently than this. If you wash the locks too often, the shampoo can leave a residue behind, causing the locks to have a dull appearance. 4. Comb your locks. Do not use brushes or combs on your Sisterlocks. When you need to straighten out the locks or remove any tangles, comb through your hair with your fingers. Combs and brushes can cause your locks to tangle and fray. Once your locks have finished maturing, you might be able to use a wide, tooth comb instead of your fingers, but you must always be gentle to avoid possible breakage. 5. Wear a satin scarf to bed. Tie your sisterlocks back in a satin scarf before you go to sleep. The soft, smooth material can protect your hair during the night, preventing it from breaking or tangling as you toss and turn. You may want to consider sleeping on a satin pillowcase, as well, for an extra barrier of protection. 6. Apply a deep moisturizing conditioner when needed. If you have naturally dry hair or if your locks have already been damaged, you may need to apply a deep moisturizing conditioner every 7 to 10 days to keep your hair healthy and glowing. In fact, some women with particularly damaged hair find it best to alternate shampooing and conditioning. Wash your hair with moisturizing shampoo 1 week, then wash it with conditioner the next week. Alternate back and forth in this manner to keep your hair both clean and soft. 7. Pay attention to the health of your hair. Since everyone's hair can be a little different, the steps that will work for one person may not work for the next. Pay close attention to the health of your hair and the quality of your sisterlocks. Alter your hair care routine as needed to remedy any problems. If your hair looks dull, you might be shampooing too often. If the sisterlocks are bunching, thinning, or otherwise setting improperly, you might be washing too often or using too much moisture. When in doubt, talk to your stylist to determine what the problem might be and how you can correct it. Part 3. Retightening the sisterlocks. 1. Retighten after the first 4 weeks. Return to your sisterlock stylist or consultant 4 weeks after the installation of your locks. He or she will need to retighten your locks. This should also be your first follow-up visit. If you went to a registered sisterlock consultant, this visit will usually be included in the total cost of the procedure. During this first follow-up, the consultant should tighten new growth while checking on the overall progress of your sisterlocks. He or she may also wash your hair. If your consultant notices any problems or potential problems, he or she should point them out to you and let you know how to correct them. You can also bring up any concerns of your own during this time. Note that if you need to find a new certified consultant or trainee, you can do so through the Sisterlock website. 2. Space consecutive return visits 6 weeks apart. After the first retightening, new growth will usually need to be re-tightened again after every 6 weeks. See your stylist or consultant about this procedure. The exact time frame can vary. If your hair grows fast, you may need to make a return visit every 4 weeks. If it grows slow, you might be able to wait 6 weeks. You can usually tell when your locks need to be retightened by looking in a mirror, but if you have any doubts, talk to your consultant or stylist. Note that the average cost of every professional retightening after your first ranges between $25 and $30 per hour. The exact amount of time required for a retightening can vary based on the length of your hair, the number of sisterlocks you have in it, and the skill of the consultant. These sessions usually last a few hours, though. A good consultant will continue to keep you informed of any potential problems that your locks might face after each retightening session. 3. Ask about retightening training. If you want to save time and money, you can learn to retighten your sisterlocks by yourself. It is strongly recommended that you ask your installation consultant or stylist about formal training, though. Do not rely on unprofessional videos or online instructional articles when learning this process. You should learn from someone who has been trained in the practice of styling sisterlocks. Improper installation or retightening can cause severe breakage and may result in baldness. It's best to consider this option only after your locks have had a chance to mature. During the first few months, stick to professional retightening sessions. The class you'll need to take can cost around $250. You'll need to attend 4 days of 2-hour sessions. After you take it, though, you should be able to tighten the locks on your own, making it a better long-term value. You're qualified to take the retightening class if you have Sisterlocks installed in your hair, if your hair is well maintained, if the locks have finished settling in, and if you have your locking pattern information from your consultant. You can enroll in retightening training through the Sisterlocks website, http://www.sisterlocks.com, retightening, classes.html. Part 4 Styling Sisterlocks. 1. Let the locks rest initially. Until the locks have a chance to mature, it is best to avoid twisting or pulling your hair. The less you manipulate them during this time frame, the better. When you do style fresh locks, opt for looser styles to reduce the risk of breakage and thinning. Your Sisterlocks should be kept loose at least half of the time while they are in the process of maturing, if not more often. 2. Style the hair as desired. Since Sisterlocks are so thin, they are very versatile and can be styled in a wide variety of ways. Most styling options you can use with loose hair can be used for Sisterlocks. Consider tying the locks in with ponytails, half ponytails, braids, twists, cornrows, and up-dos. You can also add hair accessories, like headbands and hair clips. Try curling the ends with a curling iron or rollers. 3. Do not tie the locks in knots. If individual locks begin to thin out, resist the urge to tie a knot at the end to preserve the length. Doing so can cause more long-term damage to your hair and to the style. A better option would be to visit your stylist or lock consultant. That individual will know how to repair the fraying, thinning Sisterlocks in a healthy manner. 4. Avoid dyeing the locks on your own. Your locks can be colored, but you should avoid dyeing them yourself, especially in the early stages. Even if the color turns out well, home dyeing kits have a tendency to dry hair severely. Your Sisterlocks can actually be so brittle that they break. 5. Plan on leaving the locks in. Sisterlocks are meant to be permanent. You can remove them during the first 6 months of development, but doing so is not advised. The removal process takes longer than the installation process, so it usually costs more. Most people prefer to simply cut the Sisterlocks out rather than go through the removal process. Cutting them out may even be your only option if you have had the locks for more than half a year. Things: spray bottle, moisturizing shampoo, conditioner, small hair rubber bands, satin scarf, hair oil,